Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Shin Kim. This is the class of Old Testament theology. As I said, there are so many theological topics in the Old Testament. So maybe for the second class, I'm choose the topic God, who God is, okay? Because Godness or God concept is one of the biggest important actually theological vocabulary and words and also theological theme in the Old Testament. Today I'm choose the creation. Creation is also one of the biggest theological topic. In the beginning, actually God created heaven and earth. That means God is creator. And the Bible actually, especially the Genesis chapter 1, Genesis chapter 2 describe how God created the whole universe and earth and animals and finally humans. So actually the book of the Genesis is the story of creation. So as I said, Genesis chapter 1 verse 1, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. So try to focus on heavens. Heaven is not singular. This is plural. Okay, plural means there are several kinds of heavens. So can you imagine that how many heavens? So we only look at the sky and we only see only one kind of sky. Okay, but according to the Bible, there are several kinds of heavens, skies. Okay, and the earth. So this means who God it is. Who God He is. Actually, God is the creator of the whole universe. So, through the creation story, actually, the Old Testament describe God is the creator and God is the owner of the whole universe. Another scripture reading, Genesis chapter 14, verse 19, God missed high, creator of heaven and earth. So the Old Testament keep talking about God is creator. He not only created the heavens, but he created the earth. So God created the world by his word and his direct intervention. So usually, yeah, how God actually created the whole universe. Only he is just talking, okay? Through the saying, only his word, the whole world was actually created. Wow, what a power it is. Usually when the president or looks like the California governor, actually they say something, actually a little bit later it's going to be effective in our real life. So exactly, God is talking to people, God is talking to the materials, and as soon as he finishes saying, the whole actually world were created. So he is the source of life. So he is the owner. Actually, he created the oxygen. He created everything. Okay, look at the picture. He created the whole universe. He also created the whole cloud and the water and the trees. Okay, we eating the vegetable. Okay, and also he made so many stars. Okay, sun and the moons. Even only human being living in on the earth, but I don't know why God made so many, several billions of stars in the sky. We don't know in which star actually another living thing living there. We don't know about that, okay? Also, God created so many fishes, including the whale, turtles, okay? Finally, on sixth day, actually, God created a human being, including also other animals. That's why we call God. Who is God? God is the source of life. He is the creator of the whole actually living things. Especially according to the Bible, one of the creation concept, creation theory is that called ex nihilo. Ex nihilo, yeah. It is hard to understand what vocabulary it is. Ex nihilo. That means God created the world out of nothing. Okay. In the beginning, there was nothing. There was no material. Okay. Human being actually, in order to survive, we need some material. Okay. Whenever we driving the car, we need gasoline. Now we need electronic, okay? finally, human invented the electronic car, and without electronic, we cannot drive the car. So whenever we made something, we need some material. When we built the house, we need wood and brick and grass. We need material. But according to the Bible, actually ex nihilo, that means God created the world out of nothing. He didn't actually when he created the world actually he didn't need anything. Okay, he didn't actually need any scissor or saw or wood or stone, nothing. Okay, so it is unimaginable. Okay, that's the one of the biggest difference between God and human. We as a human, we need materials, but God didn't. Even God didn't need any materials, so that called nothing. Okay, He created the world out of nothing. There was nothing in the beginning, and out of nothing He created the whole universe. So some modern theologians said reject ex nihilo. No, there is something, there is some material. From that material, God created the whole universe. They actually declare that. But maybe my personal actually phrase, I believe in ex nihilo. Okay, God didn't need anything. Okay, at the time, the earth is formless, void and dark. Okay, there was no exact form. It looks like dust. Okay, dust going in there. Okay, and the void means there are some kinds of emptiness. As soon as we look at the sky, we saw a lot of emptiness. Okay, but as soon as we look on the earth, okay, we look around. There is so many houses, cars, buildings, and even the street is covered with the cement or concrete. So everything is some kind of occupied. But as soon as we look up our eyes, there is nothing in the sky. Okay, that means empty. So that means also void. So the earth is formless and void and dark. And in the beginning, actually, God created the heavens and the earth. And at the time, earth has no form. Okay, no form. And if you really want to know about the actually creation story, you may look at the Genesis chapter 1 or chapter 2. There are 18 miracles of creation, 18 miracles of creation, 18 kinds of creation story. Okay, it seems that God's method is creation was the Big Bang. Actually, I'm not a scientist, maybe, but you may heard of the vocabulary Big Bang. There was nothing, but within sudden short time, there is some big actually explosion. Okay, explosion, and after that, the universe is expanding. Okay, so if you really know about the Big Bang theory, try to Googling. Okay, it's gonna teach you about the Big Bang. So in the beginning there was nothing, and one day suddenly there was a big actually explosion called Big Bang. So look at the painting. God, okay, He is God. Yeah, God looks like a human being, but as we see, human beings cannot see God. Okay, that's why humans try to describe God. So usually drawing God as a human being. Okay, and it looks like with His hands and with His word, He is creating the whole universe. Okay, so there are some circle, and inside some universe, actually He created everything. So this is one of the description about the God creation. And according to the Bible, actually first day in Hebrew is Yom. Okay, Yom. A little bit later, I'm gonna talking about the Yom, how much time it is. Okay, first day according to the Genesis chapter 1 verse through 2 through 5. Okay, this is exact Bible verse. Let there be light. So in the beginning there was darkness, as I said, darkness. So God commanded let there be light. So suddenly we see each other. Okay, we see the light. Okay, and there was a light. As we see, only God created the world actually with His saying, His command, and just God said that there be light, and there was a light. Oh my God, how simple it is. That's why humans are limited one, but God is a supernatural one. God saw that the light was good. So he see the light, okay, and he separate the light from the darkness. In the beginning there was darkness, but he separate the light. So we see the light, and we also know the darkness. God called the day a light day, and the darkness he called night. That's why there is a night, day and night. Okay, daytime we don't need to any electronical light. Okay. But in the nighttime, as soon as nighttime, it was extremely dark, so we need the light. So there was the evening and there was morning, the first day. The first day actually God created morning and evening, the light and darkness, day and night. That's actually the first day God's creation. So through this actually process actually, yeah, during the summertime we really longer daytime, but during nighttime is a shorter one. But as we know, the winter actually daytime is shorter, but nighttime is longer. So God actually made this one. First day God actually separated light separated from the darkness, and the day and night. And God is the first to admire His creation and call it good. Whenever actually God created the whole universe, actually it is good to Him. Okay. God, creation is a good thing, okay? Creation is not a curse. So, to look at the picture, okay? This is daytime and the nighttime. This is the first thing God created. And the second day, according to the Genesis chapter 1, verses 6 through 8. This is exact to the Bible verse, okay? Let there be an expansion between the water to separate water from water. So it seems like in the beginning, there was a steam, okay, steam, fog, okay, fog. We know the fog, okay. Early in the morning, there was some kind of a foggy, and we cannot see where. Fog is some kind of actually steam, okay, steam of water. But God actually make a separation, water from water. And so God made the expansion and separate the water under the expansion from the water above it. So suddenly, look at the picture. We living on the earth, okay? We living on the earth, and on earth there are a lot of actually water, okay? Recently there are big snow in California, and we see a lot of snow, and snow means water. And also we go to the sea. We actually sea is bigger than the land, okay? There are huge water in the ocean. So that is one of the reasons God separated the water. Actually, there was so many foggy in the expansion, but God actually separated it, and it was so. God called the expansion sky. Finally, yeah, we see the blue sky, okay, blue sky. In the sky, there is nothing. It seems there is nothing. Already in the beginning, but as I said, it is a foggy situation. Steam, okay, there are so many, when we boiling the water, there are steam coming up, so the whole universe is covered with the steam. But finally God gathered the water together and made the ocean. So this is the second day God actually did it. So we see the sky and the ocean. So this is the done actually God's second day. God separated the water above from the water below. So finally the empty actually space called the sky, okay? So when we look up our eyes on the sky, actually we see the bird and sometimes the cloud, and over there we can see the sun, okay? So sky actually, and God said let there be a vault between the water to separate water from water. So we see the big ocean. So that's why during the summertime we go to the ocean, we got swimming and get cold, okay? And the third day, according to the book of the Genesis chapter 1 verse 9, God said let the water under the sky be gathered to one place, and let dry ground appear. So it seems like God created, yeah, at the time, water actually covered the whole universe, but suddenly God actually divided between the water and the land. So when we look at the picture, there is land and ocean together. Okay, so as soon as God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered to one place, and let the dry ground appear," so it was so. God called the dry ground land. Finally, we see the land. Okay, long time ago there was actually water actually covered the whole actually earth at the time. So, but suddenly God actually made the land, and the gathered water He called sea, and God saw that it was good. Then God said, let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants, and trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it, according to their various kinds. So as soon as God separated land and ocean, and especially on the land, actually he actually made produce a lot of vegetation. So we see a lot of trees, usually wheat and rice, and so many actually fruit. God created those kinds of vegetation on the third day. Maybe on the last day, actually, finally, God actually created all animal, including human being. So, human being, how could we survive? We need food, okay? So, on third day, actually, we see that the final actually purpose of God, why God created the whole universe, and including the earth, is that for the survival of a human being, survival of animals, okay? So that's why on third day, God actually let the land produce vegetation. So we see a lot of actually trees and plants, especially maybe in this year there are a lot of raining and snow in California. Maybe during this month, March or April, we may see a lot of actually flowers on the mountain. It was very strange. When I living in South Korea or I living in New Jersey, the east side, usually during the summertime I see the green, and during the winter I saw the everything going to be dark yellow. Okay, everything going to be dry. But in California, the weather is totally different. So one of the things I amazed when I living in California, during the winter I see the green mountain, okay, because winter is the raining season. So raining, okay, water actually that produce a lot of vegetation, a lot of trees, and a lot of flowers. So third day God created the land and sea appeared and vegetation. So yeah, the whole actually trees covered on the land. Whole vegetation actually covered the land. Okay, so it seems like if there is no city, we living on the actually green land. Okay, green land, but actually human being going to be some kind of a disaster to the nature, and they dig the ground and built a lot of house, highways, and it seems like Greenland has been disappeared. But first God creation, okay, creation goal is they make the green on land. And finally, fourth day, according to the Genesis chapter 1, verse 14, let there be light in the expanse of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve the sign or the mark, season and the day and the years. Finally, based on actually some kind of orbit, okay, orbit. Actually, God created the season, day, season, years, okay. So we exactly know about this one, okay. You learn about you learn about actually sun is the center, and Earth is circling around the sun. Okay, there is a spring, actually summer, autumn, and winter, because the axis of the Earth is a little bit declined, and is circulating around the sun, and according to its position, it becomes totally different actually weather. So it seems like 4 days God created 4 seasons. And also Earth start actually circling around the sun, and the moon circling around the Earth. Okay, so you may learn about this one. Okay, for a long time ago, God created the moon, Earth, and sun, and it starts circulating each other. Okay, that's the one of the miracle. Isn't it amazing? Yeah, even human being cannot actually lift something on the sky, okay? We don't have that power. Can you lift up your body from the ground and your body fly on the sky maybe over 5 minutes? That's impossible. Impossible. But look at the picture, okay? Sun is totally bigger than the Earth, and but it floating, okay? It didn't move. It just hang on the space, okay? Even whole actually Earth with some kinds of power actually is circulating, exactly circulating, okay? One circle takes we know 365 days. So also the moon circling around the Earth around 30 days, okay? 30 days. So God made that kind of a system. It long time ago, several billions years ago, God already made that, and based on that, some kinds of a natural law, okay, scientific law, actually it's circulating for a long time. So God made actually this kind of system, and finally, fifth day, according to the Genesis chapter 1, verse 20, actually let the water teems with living creature. Finally, fishes, okay, fishes, and let bird fly above the earth across the expanse of the sky. So, on the fifth day, actually, God created fish and bird, okay, fish and bird. So, God created the great creature of the sea. That's why we go to the sea, we see a lot of fishes and a lot of seaweed, and including the whale, turtles. God actually created that. And every living and moving thing with which the water teems, and according to their kinds, and every winged bird according to its sky. Even though, when we look at the sky, actually there are so many kinds of a bird. Look at the picture. Isn't it beautiful? And each bird has its characteristic, okay? Its size, its color, its shape. So isn't it wonderful? Isn't it amazing? Yeah, it's so amazing. There are so many kinds of birds, okay? And God saw that it was good. Whenever actually God created the world, actually he mentioned, oh, it's so good. So whenever actually we touring around the United States, maybe go to the Grand Canyon, also Giant Canyon, Bryce Canyon, and also some canyons in Utah. Whenever we see the Grand Canyon, it wonder, okay? We wonder Earth, okay? We are amazed by its creator, okay? Also, whenever you go to the sea, actually, if you go under the water, you may see so many kinds of fishes. It was also amazed me, okay? God blessed them and said, be fruitful and increase in number, and fill the water in the sea, and let the bird increase on the earth. So, we should focus on their kinds, That means God created every single bird, okay? There is no actually theory, evolution theory in the Bible, okay? So my question is that when the pigeon turned to the eagles? Did you see any kinds of bird between the pigeon and the eagles? If the pigeon has been evolved, okay, it's going to be changed to some other bird, okay? But still, pigeon is pigeon and eagle is eagle. So there is sometimes some dangerousness in evolution theory. Finally, on 6 days, Genesis chapter 1, verses 25 through 24 through 25, let the land produce living creature according to their kinds. So their kinds, every kind, livestock, creature that moving along the ground, and wild animal, each according to each kind. So look at the picture, so many animals, okay? Around the world, there are so many kinds of actually animals. We only see the lion in the Africa. We cannot see the lion in the United States, okay? But as we know, there are a lot of crocodile in Florida. So God commanded that, and it was so. God made the wild animal according to their kinds. Their kinds, okay? Each kind were made by God. The livestock according to their kinds, maybe chickens, cows, maybe dogs, every animals, and all the creatures then moving along the ground according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. All creatures were created according to their kinds. So God created each of them, okay? So I don't know how many animals are on the earth. I don't know how many kinds of plants on the earth. I cannot imagine how many of them, okay? But maybe millions of them, okay? Million kinds of them. So all of these things, according to the Old Testament theology, one of the biggest theological theme is creation. So that's why chapter 1, chapter 2 in Genesis, the book of Genesis actually exactly describe about God's creation. And but as we know, how old the earth is, okay? How old? Maybe we met each other and we introduce ourselves. Sometimes we actually say introduce yourself with your name, sometimes with your age. And so how the age of the earth, okay? How old are you, earth? So according to some theologian, actually there are there is, of course, there are another actually theory, but especially the Christian theologian, actually they claim that there is two theory. Number one is young earth creationism, young earth creation. So the earth, the universe and the earth were created around 6,000 to 10,000 years ago, okay? Around 4004 BC, God created the whole universe and on the earth. That's called young earth creation, okay? Young earth creation. Usually, many conservative Christians, they believe in young earth creationism. And Adam was the first person, and only around 6,000 years ago, God created everything. But there is another theologian actually claimed that old earth creationism. They actually insist that all the things were created billions of years ago. So look at the picture. Big Bang. Big Bang happened around 15 billion years ago, extremely long time ago. But as I said, according to the young earth theologian, the whole universe was created 6,000 years ago. But old earth creationism theologian, actually they declare that at minimum 15 billion years ago, the whole universe was created. And the stars around 10 billion years ago, sun around 5 billion years ago. We cannot imagine 5 billions, how long time it is, okay? Human being only live 100 years old, that's all. But 5 billion years, we cannot imagine about it, this one. And molten earth, as I said at the time, whole universe, whole earth actually covered with water and some volcano. So around 4.5 billion years ago, and the first ocean actually 3.8 billion years ago. So this is the theory of the all earth creationism. Okay, maybe next time I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to choose theological topic, actually human being. So human being, I'm gonna dealing with that theological theme next class. Which one actually you wanna choose? Maybe if you belong to the conservative church, Christian church, maybe you will choose actually young earth creationism. But I'm actually like the old earth creationism. I will choose this one. How about you? How about you? Maybe, yeah, we don't know exactly about this one, okay? We don't know exactly about this one, but we can guess, okay? Now the science has been developed, and we know that the Earth actually it has a long time ago, around 5 billion years, okay? 5 billion years old. The Earth it is, okay? Uh, so some millions of years ago already some animals live on the earth. So that's why I'm accepting the scientific fact, and based on that, actually I'm choosing all the earth creation. But maybe you may reject my opinion. Okay, you may choose young earth creationism, or if you are atheist, you don't have any religion, maybe you may choose the evolution theory, okay? The including the whole universe, whole animals has been evolved, okay, from the monkey to the human being, okay? So there is a lot of times, it takes a lot of times, and based on that. But as a Christian, okay, as a Christian, we actually are accepting creationism. But as I said, creationism divided by big two groups, young earth and old earth. And in the beginning, as I said, God created the whole universe, okay, whole and the heavens, okay, heavens. So usually, according to the Old Testament, there are three kinds of heavens. I'm not sure how many of you know about this one, okay? But God created the heavens. First heaven is the sky, okay? So look at the picture, okay? There is earth, and there is first heaven or first sky. So we look at the sky, we see the bird flying, sometimes so many airplanes going, okay? Going up and going down. That is the sky. But as we know, as soon as we go to the moon, and maybe that area belong to the actually universe. So in the universe, how far it is? 15 billion, okay? 15 billion. The whole universe is extremely huge size. In the speed of light, it takes 15 billion years to go to the end of the universe. So in the universe, even including the solar system, there are so many other star system, okay? So many, even the scientists, they don't know how many system like the solar system exist on the whole universe. We don't know about that, okay? We are limited one. But the second heaven is the second heaven, or maybe universe, okay, that called universe. And finally, out of the outside of the whole universe called third heaven. So third heaven or third or maybe sky, okay. So outside of the whole universe is third heaven. So maybe third heaven is our real heaven. As soon as we die on this earth, and we know believe in God, maybe we will automatically go to the third heaven. So third heaven is actually out of the earth, out of the universe. Okay, this is three kinds of heavens. So maybe I think not many of you heard of this one, but we must remember there is so many heavens. Okay, first heaven, the sky, birds, sky. Okay, second heaven called universe. So maybe sky over the star, so many stars. And the third heaven may be some kind of a spiritual world, okay? Maybe God actually, including Jesus Christ, actually, he sit on there. Maybe we know after our death, okay? And as I said, I'm not good scientist, and it looks like a Big Bang expansion, Big Bang theory. Okay, in the beginning, the left side, it seems like extremely dense one, and it explodes, and still actually the whole universe is expansion. So, okay, so how long it happens? Around 13.77 billion years ago, there was Big Bang. Okay, Big Bang, and there is also some kind of according to the time period, actually the universe little bit and expanding. Okay, so now we see the dark energy accelerated expansion. Okay, so we're living on the light side, but in the beginning there is one small dot. Okay, it explodes. Maybe some of you are the good scientists, and you may understand this kind of theory, Big Bang theory. Okay, and so what did you know about this one? Creation and providence. God created the whole universe, and he lifted lifted the earth on the space, and it circulated. So the nature declares God's character. So how do we know about God? One of our actually secret to know about God is through the nature. Okay, nature shows the God characteristic. According to the book of the Psalm, chapter 19, the heavens declare the glory of God. The sky proclaim the work of His hands. So it is actually the whole universe actually explain about or declare about God's creation. And also God continuing relationship to creation. God taking care of the whole actually earth. Okay, so maybe it look at the picture. The hands is God's hands. Okay, and the earth is on the hands of God, and He taking care of it. If there is 1 degree of mistake, maybe we collide with other star, and we're gonna die, all of them. So there are sometimes those kinds of movies. Okay, there is some small other star coming to the earth, and it collide with earth. We're gonna die. We all of us going to die. As we know, we don't know how many billions of stars. Okay, billions of stars, and one star coming to the coming on the earth, we're gonna die soon. And but for a long time, we survived, earth survived, the whole universe survived. That means God actually taking care of everything. So God continuing relationship to the creation. God completed His creation and continue to care for it. Now it looks like our responsibility. God created the whole universe, including the earth, and He taking care of it. And we living on the earth. But only one enemy to the earth is human being, I believe. Human being start destroying God's creation. But we must actually preserve this kind of God's creation. Through today's class, actually the second class I explain about God, and through this class actually I explain God created the whole universe, including the earth and the human being, and we are created by according to the image of God. Through the next time actually I'm going to explain about this one, and this is the whole actually Old Testament theology actually describe about, explain about actually we are creature of God. That's why we worship God, okay? Because we believe in a creator. So through actually this class, I'm actually explaining about that issue, and from the next also class, we're gonna find another theological themes. Okay, thanks. Actually, see you next week. Thank you.